Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, London VK Alacar. And we're doing another read-along. Well, not read-along, a watch-along, read-along with Comicstorian doing DC versus Vampires issue. This is issue 5 and 6. Let's stop all the talking. Make sure y'all bite that like button and bite that subscribe button. Become a member of the Vampire Army, because all we're doing is feeding. We have a feeding frenzy on the way. But let's get it. Take it away, Benny.
Today we're going to discover who the King of the Vampires is in DC versus Vampires. This is Comicstorian. I take comic books, I break them down into an audio drama, and then I narrate them back to you. We cut out quite a bit of the extra stuff and condense a lot of the plot. This allows you to understand what is happening in the comic books, but it leaves enough out for you to go buy the book yourself and add it to your collection. You'll always find a link down below to help you with that purchase. All alterations to the panel's text and images, such as removing the text, are to prevent copyright problems. Today we're going to be bringing you DC vs. Vampires 5 and 6. When we last left off, we discovered that the vampires were making a coup in the DC universe. They were trying to rise in power, and we discovered that Hal Jordan had secretly been a vampire this whole time. He ended up killing Barry Allen, and then when Wonder Woman found out, he also converted Wonder Woman. So now both of them are vampires. While this has been going on, Batman got a message from the good vampires involved in this civil war, which has put him on edge as he is looking for the vampires. He has begun to not trust anyone in the Justice League, and now in his Batcave, he and Green Arrow stand ready to fight the Justice League as they don't know who the vampires truly are. With the Justice League coming to find Batman, he and Green Arrow stand surrounded as their friends all suspect Batman may have been bitten and is the vampire. A brawl begins to break out, Batman and Green Arrow versus the Justice League, with Green Arrow asking what is the plan here. Batman tells him, shoot arrows, and Green Arrow is baffled because he could have come up with that plan. Wonder Woman swings, telling Batman that deep down he knows what he did to Barry Allen was wrong. So just stop fighting. While this is going on, Green Arrow is letting loose several arrows at Cyborg, who's trying to tell him that he can help. But Green Arrow doesn't buy it, as he doesn't intend on becoming a freak like him. And wait, just to clarify, I mean your vampire thing, not your cyborg thing. You know we're all cool with you being a cyborg. Batman dodges Wonder Woman, with Superman grabbing a hold of him, telling him, we can help Bruce, there's no way you can win this thing. Batman struggles against that though. Yes, I can. And as he presses a switch on a false tooth, Batman blows out a mist of kryptonite that stuns Superman long enough to punch him in the back. As Batman and Green Arrow get back up, Cyborg begins to yell for everyone to stop. Enough! Be cool! Just be cool! We can work through this as long as we just talk. We all know that you're sick, Batman. It's an infection and we can cure it. But Batman tells him, no, you can't. I didn't kill Barry Allen. Hal Jordan did! Hal shouts, he's lying! But Batman goes on telling him, I don't know who else he has turned other than Diana, but if any of you aren't infected, you're on the wrong side. Cyborg stops him. Do you have any evidence to support this? Just plug into my computer and you can see for yourself. After a moment of hesitation, Cyborg plugs into the Bat computer, and the moment that he does, the computer delivers an electrical shock powerful enough to knock out power to the city. With the cave now pitch black, Green Arrow whispers, did we just fry the guy on our side? Assume no one's on our side. Seconds pass, and then there's a glow of green light as Hal lights up the area. Come out! You can't hide forever, Batman. He turns as he spots Batman hiding behind several boxes. Then a bright yellow explosion goes off, destroying the green construct that Hal was making, knocking him back. What the hell was that? Batman explains. It was a synthetic, rapid, degrading fine silicon powder. 130858. It will neutralize Hal's powers. Do you have your arrows ready? Green Arrow pauses for a moment, spinning out from the corner. Sorry, I gotta do this. And he fires the arrow into Hal's shoulder. Hal leans back. You missed the heart. And Batman chimes up. Green Arrow doesn't miss. And Green Arrow tells him, yeah, well, it's Hal. What if we made a mistake? I don't make mistakes. Green Arrow sends out another arrow, but this time, Martian Manhunter catches it. We can end this. But at that moment, the arrow ignites, creating a small flame, which puts Martian Manhunter into a panic. Batman pushes forward, cornering him into the teleporter. He sends Martian Manhunter out into space and then breaks the controls to stop him from returning. Green Arrow asks Batman, if you had a teleporter, why haven't we used that yet? Because we're not finished here yet. At that moment, Hawkgirl flies in swinging, traitors! But as she passes, Green Arrow fires an arrow into her shoulder. We know you're one of the good ones, so we're gonna be writing a lot of apology notes when this is over. With everyone taken out, all that is left is Wonder Woman, and Green Arrow tells her that it's 2-on-1. Stand down! You can't win, Diana! She laughs. Do you really believe that? Well, obviously not, Green Arrow says, as he's loading up his next arrow. Wonder Woman deflects it and then grabs a hold of Batman. He slams a jar of holy water into her face to free himself. Her face begins to burn as she shouts, "Holy water! You coward!" Hawkgirl sits back up. Wait, you really are a vampire? And Wonder Woman kneels down, grabbing her. Why, yes, I am. Now join me. As she begins to bite into Hawkgirl, a broken Batman gets up, charging in with a stake, but it shatters as it hits Wonder Woman's chest. You're not strong enough.
It may just be the case that a 55-year-old worker in Dayton, Ohio, who spent his entire life in manufacturing.
After breaking his arm, Wonder Woman lets him know that she will be enjoying this. But a noise distracts her. One that begins to grow louder and louder until finally a motorcycle speeds in, slamming straight into her, sending her across the cave. Tim and Damian help Batman up, with Damian asking, "How do you like our bikes?" Green Arrow pulls out another arrow, firing it, and that arrow explodes, putting chunks of rock down to lock her in place, giving them just enough time to start pulling back. With Batman back in the Batmobile, Damian jumps into the driver's seat and begins to take off. Is everyone out of the cave now? Damian turns to his father. Yeah, why? So Batman says the command to blow up Wayne Manor, sending the cave crashing upon itself. A short time passes, and as that dust begins to settle, Hal Jordan stands up. They got away. And Wonder Woman tells him that she is well aware. But then Superman begins to get up. He sprayed me with kryptonite. I can barely stand. Wonder Woman and Hal Jordan stand over him. Take it easy, Clark. We've got you now. A short amount of time passes as everyone takes refuge in an abandoned shack along the shoreline. Alfred walks in with Damian hugging him, telling him that he thought Father blew him up. And Alfred laughs. No, young master. Just blew up my home and all of my possessions. Tim manages to finish bandaging up Batman as he tells everyone they need to prepare. As much of a blow as they've dealt, they won't be safe for long. And that's when Nightwing comes in. I came as fast as I could. Is this everyone so far? Batman is tended to, and Tim begins to pile up things in front of the door to give them some sort of barricade. They begin to debate about how Diana could just get in through the roof, but with a knock at the door, she casually pushes it open. We've come to talk. It doesn't have to be this way. We were all friends, Bruce. We still are friends. Friends like Barry? Batman asks her. And Hal tells him that it was an accident. Because of who they are now, their condition. But if Batman joins them, they'll see. Think of all the things that they can do while being immortal, as a god. The good that they can do for humankind and vampire kind. Batman turns them down immediately. And as Hal and Diana get ready to fight, Hal says that he had to try. He uses his constructs to handle most people, but Diana focuses on Batman with her lasso, telling him that he can't beat her. Hell, it's almost like he wanted to get caught. And as the lasso tightens around him, yes, I did. As she begins to question Batman about why he doesn't want this power, Red Hood tells the others that she's got him with the rope. Let's go. They press the button and the room is flooded with UV lights, burning both Diana and Hal. Batman gets up, still nursing his injuries, but manages to wrap Diana in her own lasso to keep her from moving. And while trying to get Batman away, Hal yells, "That's it? This was the plan of the legendary Batman? You assumed a lamp would stop us?" Everyone is lifted up, and Batman says that they all make assumptions in a fight. While the lamp wasn't the full answer, it did slow them down. They assumed only people in masks would stand up to them. At that moment, Alfred runs in swinging an axe, cutting off Hal Jordan's arm. With no connection to the ring, the constructs fade, and Batman now declares that they can move on and finally get to work. Hal declares that it's too late. They didn't win. The vampires have Superman now thanks to Bruce. What will they do when he arrives? Green Arrow leans in, telling him that he wants to understand. He wants to see if his friend is still in there somewhere. And Hal looks up. It is me, Ollie. I'm the same person I've always been, just changed. But it's me in here, all of my memories, our adventures together. They're not gone. And Green Arrow tells him, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. The friend I loved like a brother is trapped in there. And even if you can't say it now, he couldn't live knowing what he did to Barry. Green Arrow jams a stake into Hal Jordan's chest. This is for Barry. And this is for you, my brother. Batman tries to stop Green Arrow, but Green Arrow snaps at him, telling him to shut his damn mouth. He had to put down one of his own people. At that moment, a call comes over the comms, and Batman says that they've been trying to reach her. But Batgirl tells him to shut up and listen. She's been on a separate adventure with Harley Quinn, and they just found the Joker, but he's dead. The vampires killed him. Joker wasn't their king. All the clues, all the evidence, it pointed to the Joker. The vampires wanted us to think that it was the Joker. And there's only a few people who could have fooled us like this. Batman looks back at the others. I understand. Good work. Red Hood asks him, is everything okay? Batman begins to state that they know where the Joker is. And suddenly, there's a shock as a fist punches through the back of Batman's spine and out of his chest. And Nightwing tells the family, I think it's time that we both stopped lying to our families. Nightwing pulls back his bloody hand, licking it. I really wish I could have turned you. But we both know I never would have been able to fully trust you. Everyone charges in and Nightwing easily fends off Red Hood, Orphan, and Tim. All right, we all need to calm down. I was better than all of you when I was...
Pass the sunscreen.
Ever since Pops turned 65 and signed up for a Medicare Advantage plan from...
I was still human. It doesn't have to end this way. Orphan tries to attack again, but Nightwing spins her around, snapping her elbow. Green Arrow fires arrows, telling Alfred that he needs to get them out of here. Batman always has an escape plan, right? And Nightwing catches the arrows. I was going to offer you a place, but not after what you did to Hal. Tim swings in, knocking Nightwing away, but Nightwing gets back on his feet, slamming Tim to the ground. I am the Lord of Vampires now, and you will respect me. And Tim just wants to know how. How did he pass every test? And Nightwing laughs. You all spent so much time looking at our own family, when you really should have been looking at our other family. Dear Starfire, we couldn't turn her, but we found that her blood had fascinating properties. It doesn't last long, but a few drops is all I need to hold a cross, touch holy water, and walk in the sun. As Tim lays on the ground, Nightwing places his boot over his head. And now I can do all the things that you all can do, but better. And he stomps on Tim's head. While the others escape out the back, Damian grabs a bow, firing arrows. I'll kill you! You're dead! Green Arrow tries to convince him to go. But Damian is too far gone in his rage to listen to anyone, throwing himself at Nightwing, and Nightwing catches him, biting into his neck. No, you won't be killing anyone. As Red Hood, Alfred, Green Arrow, and Orphan are running out the back, Red Hood says that he is going back for the kid. So, blitzing back in, he jumps into the fight, and Nightwing tells him that there's no way that he can win. It's not too late. I'm suddenly in need of a lieutenant, Jason. I spent all those years in your shadow. I'm not gonna do that for an eternity. He kicks Nightwing in the back onto a piece of bent steel. I knew this day would come. The Nightwing screwed up bigger than I ever could have. Nightwing tells him, sounds like you got a lot of issues to work out. Luckily, you'll have centuries to do it. Before Red Hood could respond, Diana jumps up, biting him in the neck. As Red Hood goes limp, Diana begins to pour some of her blood into his mouth, and Nightwing asks, this is better, right? I would have beaten you. Do it! Nightwing asks, what was that? And Red Hood turns. Do it, Archer! Suddenly, an arrow shoots through, hitting Red Hood in the chest, shattering against Diana. Off in the waters, Green Arrow lowers his bow, telling Alfred to go ahead and take them underwater. It's over. Diana's getting ready to follow, but Nightwing tells her to let them go. They're no longer a threat. He just wanted at least one of his brothers to join him. Diana tells him that the little one is still alive, barely. Nightwing explains to her that they're going to begin their plans because tonight they're going to topple their seats of power that makes everyone feel secure. Tonight they will burn their life-giving forests and jungles to the ground. Tonight their heroes will discover that the war has already been lost before they even knew that it began. The world is theirs now. The eternal darkness has begun. And that concludes issue 6 of DC vs. Vampires, an ongoing series in which we've now discovered that the true villain has been Nightwing this whole time. If you want early access to our videos, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Comicstorian. But if you can't do that, please support us by giving us a like.
Wow, that's crazy. So I'm thinking, how Jordan was the mastermind behind this. Come to find out, it was Nightwing who was the mastermind behind all of this. And he just killed, bro. He killed Batman. He put his hand through his chest. I was like, what the hell, bro? Wow. Now we got, it's one more issue. Oh, no. I think there's half of issue 6 left of the story, I think. Or issue 7. Wow, bro, that's crazy. And now Red Hood has changed too. And Superman. Well, that's the question, if they bit Superman or not. We didn't get to see that. But most likely they probably did. Damn. Well, tune in next time for the next issue. Or you can buy it at a local comic book shop. You can buy this issue 5 and 6 plus 7. But as being said, it's your boy it's your boy London VK Alacar, and I'll see y'all for the next video. Make sure y'all bite that like button, bite that subscribe button, join the Vamp Army, because all we doing is in the feeding frenzy. Peace. Take care. Enjoy yourselves.